I've got something for you. I got them from Uncle Peshek. Just don't go poking them where you shouldn't.
They're lockpicks. They're not really intended for poking in your own locks.
True, but at least don't get caught. And if you do, you didn't get them from me.
Wouldn't you like to take a stroll somewhere?
I'd love to. The time passes so quickly with you, Henry. Come and see me again sometime.
God be with you, Henry.
What do you mean? Peculiar dreams?
The same one. Over and over. In it, the Virgin Mary appears to me.
The Blessed Virgin? Really?
Really. She looks just like in the painting over the altar in Sasau Church. I always dream that I'm back in Skalitz again. Like before. Before everything.
I understand.
I'm standing at the foot of the hill, with the castle behind me, by the walkway leading to the ore-washing tanks, near the woods. Uncle used to work there. I'm bringing him some food, going towards the pond. Then everything suddenly goes dark. I carry on uphill, along the stone channel up to the mouth of a huge cave. I go inside and the darkness surrounds me. But I keep going, and then I see sitting there in the dark.
Who? Who do you see?
The devil. He scowls at me with these horrible eyes. Then everything becomes engulfed in flames, and I try to flee from them. I run through the cave, but I can't find the way out. I can hear the devil behind me laughing horribly. When I can run no longer, I stop, and the flames catch up with me, and then I die. Then I wake up, still feeling the heat of the flames, and I can't get back to sleep again. All I can do is kneel by my bed and pray until morning.
You said something about the Virgin Mary?
Yes, she's always there with me until it goes dark. She goes to the cave with me, but she doesn't go inside.
And you have that same dream every night?
Night after night. It started some time ago and it never ends.
Have you told anyone about it?
No. No one at all, except for you. I was afraid people would think I was losing my mind.
Right. Well, it does sound a bit, mad.
I know. Sometimes I think so myself. But then, when the dream keeps coming back, I think it must mean something.
Oh, I don't know. It seems to me you're reading too much into it. It's just a bad dream, that's all. It'll pass.
I thought at least you would understand, if no one else. But I know. I just know. I was thinking, that maybe I should go there, but the truth is, I'm afraid. And anyway, I can't leave here. So I was wondering, since you're here, whether you wouldn't go there and have a look around for me. You're able to take care of yourself. After all, you've been in battle.
All right. If it means you'll be able to sleep peacefully again. I'll go there, but what exactly do you want me to do there?
I don't know. Just go there and see if there's anything weird there. And then come and tell me.
Of course. Take care of yourself, and I hope things get better. With you and Matthias and everything.
Thanks, Henry.
Take care.
Have you got a little time to spare?
What is it?
I'd like to challenge you to a duel, sir. A little amicable combat.
Why would I want to fight you?
Ad honorem, friend. For honor. For the thrill of combat.
Sorry, but I won't risk getting crippled on account of some tavern yarn.
I understand. Then I was mistaken about you. My apologies for troubling you.
Ah, there's an entrance up there. Could that be it? Oh, Christ, poor wretch. No doubt he wanted to raise the alarm about the raid on Skalitz, but those bastards got him. Look what I've got for you. You'll love. Well, this is it. I thought it was supposed to be a big cave. Oh, maybe it's bigger on the inside. Oh, Jesus, something stinks here. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. He was only a boy. How in Christ's name did they get here? A shaft leading to the surface. Maybe someone threw those people down here. Looks like a Cuman, judging by the kaftan. Poetic justice. Poor wretch. What did he do to deserve such a fate? A Skalitz Waffenrock. Maybe Sir Radzig sent someone here to check on things. That didn't turn out too well. He looks like he was well healed, judging from what's left of him. Maybe a merchant who took a shortcut this way to avoid paying customs? Blood. A lot of it. And it's been here quite a while. Something's very fishy here. It looks like the blood leads to that hut. That's odd. It looks like someone is living here. This is very fishy. All those corpses down below. God have mercy, this is a small fortune. Fine clothing, armor and weapons. Serious loot. And a Cuman faceplate helmet. Interesting. It seems this all belonged to those poor wretches down below. So, there's only one explanation. It was whoever threw them down there.
What's that? Who the hell are you?
What in the name of God are you doing here?
I hid here when Skalitz was raided, and now I'm keeping guard until his lordship returns.
Oh, you belong to the Skalitz garrison?
Yeah. Are you blind or deaf? You thought there was no one here and you could come and loot the place, did you? Well, you thought wrong, you thieving magpie. And you'll answer to cold steel.
But just a minute. I'm from Skalitz, and I know all the guards. I never saw you there.
Then you can't be from Skalitz, or I'd remember your face.
Oh? Tell me then, what's the name of the miller's daughter?
Yitka.
It's Teresa, you lying bastard.
All right, you got me. I just wanted to hide out here. I figured no one would look for me after what happened. So who sent you here? Yolen of Rocket Sam? On account of me killing his son?
No.
Hyman of Yihlava? He's had it in for me ever since I plundered his estate.
Oh, I wasn't sent by any Hyman.
Oh, fuck, this is serious. You're from that Lord Sokol, who I left in the shit and skipped with his band when the Bishop of Olomouc was after him, yeah?
I don't know any Lord Sokol.
Then who the fuck sent you? Spit it out before I cut you in half.
Johanka sent me.
What fucking Johanka?
From Sasau. She had this vision, in a dream.
What? I've been hiding for a month from hardened cutthroats, and you found me here because some wench had a dream?
Yeah, basically.
By Christ, you must be cursed.
Hang on. Those corpses in the mine? That's your handiwork?
Aye. They stumbled across me here, so I figured I'd better silence them. And I got a nice bit of loot out of some of them. You'll join them yourself soon enough. Don't worry about that. And maybe I should go and find this Johanka of yours, too. Prepare to be purged! Kurva, you're made of different stuff. At least it'd be a challenge. Hey! Shit! Come here, you fucker, and feel my blade. Ow! Ah! Kurva, you're made of Hey! Well landed. Fuck it. Way up. Go. See. Right.
What's that? What's going on there? Well, I never. I picked you willingly for the slaughter. Over here! Where is everyone? Quick! You call that combat? To arms! Get over here! Raise the alarm! Watch out! Over here! Where is everyone? Quick! I'll slaughter you. Oh.
I was in that cave that you dreamt about.
Oh? Tell me, what did you find there?
Well, it was a bit strange. No cave, no hellfire, just an abandoned mine shaft. Although at the end of it, there was quite a nasty surprise.
What was there?
Dead bodies. A lot of dead bodies. All murdered.
God have mercy.
There was this fearsome warrior up above the shaft. He murdered a lot of people and threw their bodies down the shaft to hide them. He went for me too. He fought like a demon, but I overcame him in the end. His reign of terror is over.
Mary, Mother of God. Thank you for going there, Henry.
It was nothing. I'm glad I could help you. Anyway, all's well that ends well, right?
I hope so. But, you know what? I had another dream. A different one.
Another one?
Yes, another one. The Virgin Mary appeared to me again, and I think she's trying to give me a message. She's trying to warn us.
Warn us?
Yes, it all makes sense, can't you see? That other dream about the cave, that was a test. Our Lady was testing me, and now she wants to give me a message.
But I was the one who went there, not you.
That's true. But I sent you there. I think that was enough. Otherwise I wouldn't have had another dream, would I? Our Lady was testing whether I would understand her message.
What message are you talking about?
I'm not sure exactly what Our Lady wants to tell me, but I think I should tell the people. All of them. I can't just keep this to myself.
I don't know. It sounds a bit presumptuous.
No, it all makes sense. Mary, Mother of God, heard my prayers. I prayed every evening that she would heal Matthias, and she answered my prayers. First she tested me, and then, when I passed her test, she appeared to me again. Now I must do her will, and pass on her message. And when I've done all she's asked of me, then she will heal Matthias.
Well, when you put it like that, I can see some sense in it. Not that I know much about these things, but I had a strange dream too, not so long ago. It was after Runt nearly killed me in Skalitz. I was back there again, in the middle of all that slaughter. It was dark everywhere, and I was carrying the sword Pa made for Sir Radzig. I had to fight my way through Cumans who looked like demons of hell. I found my parents, and then I woke up.
You see? It must mean something. These things come to you for a reason.
I suppose. But what do you want to do about it?
Well, like I said, I should go on the town square and tell everyone what Our Lady showed me in my dreams. Won't you come with me? I'd feel so much better if you were there with me.
Rely on me. I'll be there.
Thank you, Henry. Come first thing in the morning and we'll go together. Or if you want, you can rest here. I'll take care of you and wake you up when it's time to go.
Thanks. I certainly could do with a rest.
God be with you. Good morning, Henry. Come on. Let's go to the green.
How's life here in Sasau?
Much the same as in Skalitz. That is, before everything. It's quieter now. Most of the work has been done, and everyone is waiting to see what the harvest will be like. Then everyone will be on their feet from dawn to dusk.
I pray it'll be a good harvest, so we have supplies for winter and enough to seed in spring.
God's truth. A couple of bad harvests and we'd be in danger of famine. Well, let's hope it will be good. Every grain counts, especially now, with all sorts of bandits roaming the country, and a great army, too.
I hope Sir Radzig and Sir Hanush get it all sorted out before the harvest.
If those marauders carry on, they'll plunder the whole province. And then where will we be?
The best thing would be to hide the supplies. Bury them underground, so the bandits don't find them.
But what if they threaten the villagers? Most people would be happier to give up their supplies than have their farms burnt down or their livestock herded off.
Livestock can be hidden in the woods. Pa told me about it once.
Maybe. But you can't hide a farmhouse, or whole families. What if they take your children and threaten to cripple them, or the farmers? You can't do much work in the fields with your arms broken. And in the winter, it's even worse. They might as well dig your grave.
Sir Radzig would never allow that to happen, though. He'd come with his garrison, and those bastards who harassed his subjects would soon be hanging from the nearest tree.
I'd be happier, though, if they all moved on and left us in peace.
What if they don't move on, though? Then the only answer is cold steel.
You men and your endless fighting.
How are things with the infirmary? Did they give you a bit more coin at least?
Unfortunately not. They said there'll be no more until St. Havel's Day.
But that's still a long way off.
I know. On St. Havel's Day, the payments come from the surrounding villages and the outlying farms. Some of them are supposed to pay in chickens, eggs, or other things, but a lot pay in groschen. Then they might give us more. Since we're going to the market square, I could buy some meat at the butcher's.
You buy that often? I thought you said you had to save every groschen you can.
That's true, but you wouldn't believe the things those monks think up.
How's that?
You know they're forbidden to eat red meat. It's a sin. Saint Benedict forbade it.
I didn't know that.
Neither did I until recently. But that's not all. The thing is, they have an exception to the rule. They can eat red meat if they're sick, so they recover faster. Then, it's not a sin. So some of them are always coming along with all sorts of ailments. So they can lie around in the infirmary and eat meat. Of course, the monks have precedence, so I have to go to the butcher's. And then, there's not enough money for other things.
Well, you learn something new every day.
I've even heard tell that there was a monk who tried to keep pigs in a pond at one time.
Why on earth would he do that?
To prove they're water creatures. The monks are allowed to eat water creatures, you see. Not only fish, but even beavers and the like.
That's good. I'd never come up with something like that. And how did it end up?
I don't know. Maybe they drowned.
That's good, though. I must remember that one.
Godspeed, husband.
Tell me, how is it, being in the service of Sir Radzig?
Well, it's a wonder he took me on at all after I lost his sword in Skalitz.
Not to worry, I'll be fine.
For someone
I'll
like
go
me,
then.
I lost
no dice
everything,
playing
and he gave me a second chance. And even a new home of sorts, if you know what I mean.
I understand. I'm glad you found your feet with Sir Radzig. That you found your place in the world again, and that...
Yeah. Don't worry. You'll surely find your place too, eventually.
I hope so.
Listen, when she visits you, the Virgin Mary, what does she look like?
Like I said, like that picture above the altar. She just appears in a kind of golden glow, in a blue cloak.
And then?
Then she beckons to me, and things start to appear. pictures of all kinds. They look like the paintings in church, but moving, glowing with fire and lots of colors and this golden light.
Aye, that's really something. How is Matthias doing?
No change. He's lying in a fever and nothing helps. I'm really afraid for him.
He'll get better, don't you worry. He's a tough little bugger. No fever is going to beat him.
I hope you're right. Actually, it does look like his fever is dropping a bit, but maybe that's just wishful thinking.
Johanka, what are you actually going to do when we get to the market square?
Actually, I haven't thought about it much. I have to pass on the message from Our Lady to the people. So I'll stand somewhere and tell them what I saw in my dream. Like the itinerant preachers who are always wandering around the land.
I see. And have you ever done anything like that?
No, I haven't. But it can't be all that hard, can it?
I couldn't say. But I'm sure you can do it.
Our Lady will guide me. Right, girl. Time to... Maybe I should talk a bit like that charlatan. He knows how to make an impression. The tears of the Blessed Virgin shall bring solace to the sinners, and whoever should touch her cloak shall be suffused with divine grace. Probably not. I wouldn't want people to think I was in league with that trickster. Henry, I'm a bit worried. I never spoke to people like that before. I've no idea what to say. They'll all laugh at me.
Don't worry, you can do it. People will swallow anything, believe me. Just start with something that will grab their attention. Like that the Blessed Virgin visited you. That should do it. And once you've got their ears, give them the important part. Nothing could be easier.
Maybe for you. Why don't you do it instead, if it's that easy?
I would. Only the Virgin Mary didn't choose me. Remember? Now don't worry about it. People always want to hear something sensational. They'll be hanging on your every word. And I'll be there with you.
All right. Thanks, Henry. Nothing could be easier. Yeah. All right. Here goes. Take care. The Virgin Mary. The Virgin Mary came to me in a dream. And she showed me things. Things I've never seen before. A great city. A great and beautiful city it was. Great and beautiful. With many, many spires. Tall spires. Golden in the sunlight. And around the city was a mighty wall. All this she showed to me. But then the city was suddenly engulfed in flames. The earth began to shake and the gate burst open. Holes opened up in the ground and from them beasts of hell leapt forth. They broke down the walls and stormed the city through the broken gate. And the beasts hunted down all the sinners. They sank their fangs into their burning flesh and tore them to pieces mercilessly. And the sinners screamed and tried to flee them. But it was in vain. But then Our Lady appeared. Mary, the Holy Mother of God. She covered the whole city in her cloak, smothered the flames, and drove out the beasts. The penitent sinners came out of the city, knelt before the Virgin in prayer, and thanked her for their salvation. That is the vision that came to me. And I believe this message was not meant for me alone. It was a warning to us all. We are those sinners, and we must once again build those mighty walls. Not from stone or wood, but from virtue and love for our neighbor. And whoever has sinned and acted unrighteously must repent and change their ways.
That lass doesn't hold
Isn't
back.
she that lass?
But there's truth in what she says, no doubt.
Any of Father Faith. No denying it. The lass has a way with words, all right.
I reckon she was telling us the Blessed Virgin is angry with us.
Garlic soup for the winter, onion soup for the spring, asparagus for taste, and truly what ails you.
Nonsense. Just another charlatan. As if we hadn't enough already. The witch ought to be driven out.
The earth shook beneath my feet when you spoke. I have some trouble. And I didn't know who to go to until I heard you speak.
Not now. Please. I can't.
But you were just talking about helping your neighbor.
All right. But quickly, I beg you.
It's about my husband, Ambrose, the tailor. He's good to me. He's an honest tradesman and a skilled one. But he keeps playing dice. He sits at that table late into the night, and more than once he lost a small fortune.
I'm sorry to hear that. But I don't know how I could help.
I want him to stop. But he won't listen to me. I'm at a loss what to do. I thought maybe if you were to go and have a word with him...
Oh, all right. I'll come and see you when I have some time to spare.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
My word, Johanka. That speech of yours on the square. I swear I never heard anything like it in my life.
Let's talk about it later. Right now, Guta, the Sasau tailor's wife, came to talk to me, and she was quite desperate. Did you hear?
Yes, I heard everything. So give her some advice then.
But I don't know what to tell her. Our Lady didn't prepare me for anything like that.
Oh, that's what you wanted, isn't it? Your words didn't fall on deaf ears, and now you can't let people down when they come to you.
I suppose you're right. We ought to try and do something.
We?
Be quiet and think. We have to find a way.
Jesus, you're really full of holy fire.
Stop blaspheming and start thinking how we can get Ambrose to give up his dice playing.
Well, I've always found a good punch in the mouth can do a lot to change a man's mind.
Thanks for that contribution, but I don't think Guta came to me because she wanted her husband crippled.
Yeah, all right. It's what Fritz would do, though.
And that's why I'm asking you, and not Fritz.
Supposing Ambrose were to lose enough to make him regret it. If he were to lose something really important. Mal was used to scold me by saying, one day you'll go too far and then you'll be sorry.
That's it, Henry. Ambrose has to realise for himself how he's harming others, and most of all his wife and himself. Thank you.
Glad to be of help.
But I can't go anywhere. Never mind playing dice in taverns. I've too much work to do. But you could.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Henry. Go and see the tailor's wife and sort it out with her. I have to go back now.
Good luck then.
May the Lord... Good health to you.
Johanka sent me. She asked me to help you with your trouble.
She did. That's wonderful. But she said she'd come herself.
Well, she's up to her ears in work. And besides, we figured your husband wouldn't pay much attention to a woman, since he doesn't even listen to you.
I'm afraid that's true. What now, though?
Well, Johanka thought it would help if Ambrose saw how playing dice was no good either for himself or for you.
I've been telling him off about it for years to no avail. I even took his dice several times. But he always gets new ones.
You won't get anywhere telling him off. Ambrose has to realise it for himself. If he lost everything he has to me, that would teach him a lesson. And then I'd talk to him man to man.
Oh, God, no. I want him to stop playing, not to lose the roof over our heads.
No, don't worry. Whatever I win from him, I'll give it back to you. But first, he really has to believe he's lost everything.
Do you swear, by the Virgin Mary, to give everything back?
I'm not going to make a sacred oath over such a worldly thing. My word should be enough.
If you won't swear to give everything back, forget it.
Come on, don't tell me you don't trust me. After all, Johanka sent me. I'm doing this for your own good, and your husband's, am I not?
That's true enough. Very well, then. If you think it'll help, take him for everything he has.
Where can I find Ambrose?
He's not here now. He's getting ready for a trip to Kuttenberg, on some business or other. No doubt you'll find him at the inn. You'd better hurry if you want to catch him. He said he wants to leave soon.
Do you think he'll want to play with me?
Well, he promised not long ago he'd quit. But I'll believe it when I see it. He'll keep playing, especially when he's had a drink or two. And if he's feeling lucky, he'll lose his head entirely and play till the early hours.
All right. Thanks for the advice.
Take care.
Have a look at these cucumbers. They'll stay for a long time.
Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
All right. Got it for you right here.
Well, Goodman Ambrose.
Yes? Is there something I could do for you?
I heard you were about to leave for Kuttenberg.
Aye. Sir Sebastian von Berg ordered new clothes and he won't settle for anything but the best. I have to go and buy some fine linen, brocade and other things. I'm taking 600 groschen to pay for it all. I'll make him the finest garments ever.
Ah, I see. Well, Sir Sebastian's a man who doesn't like to be disappointed.
True indeed. I'll be on my way just as soon as the horse is shod and the wagon hitched up. I could do with something to eat. I hope I can be a help to you, knight.
Let's have a drink together to pass the time while you're waiting, eh? On me.
That's kind of you, lad. Take care now. Good health.
May it serve you.
You look like a fellow who's been around. Tell me, what's going on in the countryside? Are the roads safe?
Oh, it's safer in the province now. There was a pack of enemy cutthroats holed up in Pribyslavitz, north of Talmberg. Mercenaries, bandits, Cumans, and other rabble. But we attacked them and smashed them to pieces. So yes, the roads are safer now.
My word. And who led the attack?
Sir Radzig Kobyla, the royal hetman. Let's drink to Sir Radzig.
Yes, to the bold Sir Radzig Kobyla.
And Captain Robard of Talmberg was there too, fighting bravely. We must drink to him too.
To the brave Captain Robard.
Well, there was a band of brigands on the rampage in the province. They attacked the stud farm at Neuhof, killed old Smill, the owner, and torched the stables.
So it's true then? I heard some talk about it, but I thought it was exaggerated. Maybe I should take an escort with me.
Captain Bernard wasn't going to let that go. He rode out right away with his company to comb the countryside for those Horsens.
Good. Let's drink to the success of his mission.
Quite right. Let's drink to his valor. Well, enough chat. How about a little game before you set off? To pass the time.
I wouldn't mind, but I won't play here. The wife would find out about it. I'll wait till I get to Kuttenberg, out of the way of prying eyes.
Ah, that's a shame. I'll tell you something else. Sigismund's hordes attacked Skalitz, razed the castle, pillaged the whole area, and slaughtered a lot of people.
I heard, lad. I heard. God have mercy on those poor souls.
I lost my family that day. They killed my mother and father.
Let's drink to their memory then. To your dear mother.
To Ma.
And your good father.
To Pa. Did you hear what happened in Merhoyed?
No. What happened there?
Some bandits attacked the locals.
God have mercy. It seems that's the lot of decent folk on this earth. Some fucker thinks he can take what he wants by the sword, and there's damn little you can do about it.
Ah, but the villagers weren't such an easy mark. They stood up to them and put up a fight. They even managed to take one captive.
Good on them. That's what those bastards deserve.
But it didn't end with that. Some pestilence broke out, and people thought it was the plague.
God have mercy on us.
It turned out it wasn't the plague, though. Those murdering bastards poisoned the wells there.
The low-down whoresons. They ought to hang. The lot of them.
Let's drink to those brave souls in Merhoyed. They stood up to a pack of cutthroats and captured one.
Glory to them!
Not even the pestilence could break them. With the help of Brother Nicodemus, they recovered.
Glory to your brother Nicodemus too.
Aye, and may trouble pass them by now and leave them to enjoy the peace they deserve.
Aye, peace to all people with good souls.
Well, enough chat. How about a little game before you set off? To pass the time.
Sure, one little game to pass the time. That doesn't even count, does it?
Not even worth mentioning in confession. We'll drink to it. May they roll fairly. Let's do it then. I'll wager... 70 groschen.
That's quite a pile. But I have a feeling fortune's on my side today. All right.
There. Satisfied?
Your fame precedes you, but you won't get the better of me. That'll do me. That's it. Should I? Shouldn't I? No, I daren't.
I've only got 2 hands.
Damn, I should never have played with you.
It didn't cost you much, did it? You'll do better next time.
No, I'll play no more today. I can see my luck's not in.
Just one little game. And I thought you were made of sterner stuff.
Just
Oh well, if you don't want a chance to win your coin back, fine by me.
Oh yeah? Don't get too fond of those groschen, because I'll be having them back.
That's the spirit. I'll wager... 12 groschen.
240? You must be very rich, or mad, lad. No one plays for that much without seeing how his luck is going first.
6 groschen.
Jesus, that's too much. I thought it was to be a friendly game to pass the time, no?
1.5 score.
Just enough to make it interesting? Right, let's throw quickly and I'll be on my way. We'll see whose side Lady Luck is on.
Pour me one.
Now you.
One ale, please.
You can throw again, you know. No point in pushing it. It'd be faster if you closed your eyes and threw.
Got it for you right here.
This'll be the one. That's it.
My pleasure.
No one ever died from throwing dice, you know. Don't be such a coward. That's all. Ale. No one ever died from throwing dice, you know.
Sacra. I almost had you.
A bit of practice is what you need, lad. You'll get the hang of it in time.
Time? But I need that coin now. Come on, then. You have to give me a chance to get my groschen back.
You can try, but don't blame me if you lose what you have left.
Sure, whatever. Let's play. Ah, fuck it. Let's make it 600.
Jesus. That's an awful lot of money. I've got it, but it's for buying cloth. No, that's too much.
Our wager 9 score.
I'm in. I reckon I've got a lucky hand today.
Yeah, give me a minute.
We'll see whose side Lady Luck is on.
I've only got 2 hands.
This'll be the one. We'll see.
I'll have a beer.
Damn! You can throw again, you know.
1 ale, please.
That's it. Your turn. Don't be such a coward.
Here we are.
This'll be the one.
I'll be back in 2 shakes. My pleasure.
Luck!
I'll be back in 2 shakes.
That's it.
Christ, those damn dice are hexed.
Ah, bollocks. There's nothing wrong with the dice. It's all in the wrist action.
Oh, wrist my arse. Save the advice and let's play. I'll show you. I'll wager 600 groschen. No, put up everything you have and I'll match it.
You can't be serious. You don't have that much money. And then you'll try and wriggle out of it.
Ah, but I do. Look. So, What do you say?
All right. If you insist. Just remember, a wager lost is a debt of honor.
Don't worry. I won't forget. On my word.
We'll see whose side Lady Luck is on.
My pleasure.
That's it. Come to Papa where you belong, my dears. Maybe I'll spend you on a shop in Kuttenberg.
Surely the shops in Kuttenberg aren't that cheap.
How would you know if you've never been there?
I was just thinking, if you really want to buy a shop, that wouldn't be enough, would it?
Probably not.
If you had double that amount, maybe.
Certainly.
I'll tell you what.
I'll fetch it right away.
Wager it all, and I'll match it, eh?
Certainly.
I don't know. Any more coin than this would be almost sinful. But all right, let's play. So bring it on.
Pour me an ale.
That's it. We'll see.
Ale for me.
As you wish.
This'll be the one. No luck tonight.
Ha! Groschen for me.
Herrgott. 600 groschen. Oh my god, what have I done? That money was for buying cloth. What shall I do now?
Actually, it wasn't by chance that I ran into you. It was the Virgin Mary who sent me to you.
What are you talking about? Are you trying to make a fool of me?
No, I mean it. My friend Johanka has been visited in her dreams by Our Lady, and she's been passing her message on to the people about amending their ways and repenting for their sins, like playing games of hazard, for example. You see how easily you were tempted into wagering everything you had on dice? You're bringing misfortune down on yourself and your family.
Yeah, you're right. I got carried away. But what am I to do now?
Repent and do penance for your sins. Ask God for forgiveness and swear by the Blessed Virgin never to pick up dice again.
You're right. My passion for dice has gone too far.
Enjoy it.
I'll do what you say.
Good, Ambrose.
Listen, Henry. The money you won from me, do you think maybe I could get it back? I've learned my lesson, I swear. But now I have to go and buy that cloth, and I can't pay for it.
I'm glad you've seen the error of your ways, but you're not getting your coin back. That wouldn't be much of a lesson. This way you won't forget in a hurry.
I beg you, please. If I don't buy that cloth, I won't be able to make those clothes for Sir Sebastian. That could finish me as a tailor.
Oh, all right. If it means so much to you, have your coin back. But go to church as soon as you get to Kuttenberg and beg God for forgiveness. And say a prayer from me while you're at it.
I will, Henry, I will. In the finest church in Kuttenberg. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good heavens, what's all this? Candles? Pictures? Someone's made quite a shrine here. I can't wait to hear what Johanka thinks of this.
Hail Mary, solace of the tormented and suffering.
God be with you, Henry.
Mother of our Lord Jesus Christ. My wife Vida is the child that will soon give birth. 3 children she already brought into the world.
I see things are looking up for you. You even got a roof over your head. I'm glad you don't have to sleep in that stable anymore. And it seems the overseer coughed up a groschen or two in the end, eh?
Yes. I'm glad too, but it's a little bit complicated. Monastery affairs, you know. I won't bother you with the details.
What about the custodian? Is he leaving you alone now?
Yes. He hasn't been here for a while. Can we just talk about something else, please?
What's got into you? You're not yourself at all. Is something wrong?
Oh, Henry. If only you knew.
What's the matter?
Sir Sebastian. He kept coming here, always bringing me gifts, a dress, a piece of jewelry. He was so persistent. I was completely worn out from everything. And he was the only one here who showed me any sympathy, any understanding. He was quite kind, actually. And then once, more than once, I went with him. Then he had this room cleared out and gave it to me.
But you're not to blame. These things happen. He's a noble, and he can do whatever he feels like. Took advantage of you.
But it's all over, I swear. Since I started having those dreams, I haven't been with him. I sold all the things he gave me and bought food and supplies for the sick. I still feel terrible about it. I think maybe it's because of me that Matthias isn't getting better. If I had been more virtuous...
Don't be so hard on yourself. The important thing is you ended it, and you tried to make amends.
I'm so ashamed, Henry. Please forgive me, and don't tell Matthias or anyone else, I beg you.
I won't breathe a word. I promise.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you. I feel relieved for telling you. You're so understanding.
God be with you. God be with you, Henry.
Where did all those pretty things outside your door come from?
People have been bringing things and leaving them here. Sometimes they even pray. Flowers, a few coins, some food and various bits and pieces. People give whatever they have. Some of them light candles too.
Why are they doing it?
Well, I think it's like some veneration to the Blessed Virgin. And they come seeking advice too, asking about this and that and what they should do. And even worse, They want me to bless them. Someone asked me to bless them before traveling to Benishov. Others asked me to bless women about to give birth, so their children would be healthy and nothing bad would happen. And it seems to me there's more and more coming. I'm at a loss what to do. I wasn't expecting this at all.
Well, I hope it doesn't get out of hand. You know how people are. Someone might be offended.
Maybe. But these people are acting of their own free will, and I can't drive them away. But I don't bless anyone, in case you were thinking.
Sure, that really wouldn't be a good idea.
Of course not. What? Do I look like a bishop?
No, and he'd have a fit if he saw something like that. How is Matthias doing?
I think he's getting better. It looks like his fever's fallen. Sometimes we even talk for a while. I just hope he doesn't relapse again.
Nah, he'll pull out of it. You'll see. My word, Johanka. That speech of yours on the square. I swear I never heard anything like it in my life.
So, what do you think? Was it all right?
Well, you sounded quite convincing, all right. Totally different than normal. All hellfire and destruction. I had a feeling like I was back in Skalitz and it was happening all over again. It was really interesting, though. It's a pity you don't hear sermons like that in church.
Oh, thank you, Henry. I don't even know how I did it. I just opened my mouth and the words came by themselves. What about other people? What did they say?
I'm not sure. They were quite rooted to the spot. A bit bewildered, I'd say.
And do you think it made sense? That it was clear what I wanted to say?
Oh, yes. Clear as day. It was a warning about our sinfulness. If we're virtuous, Our Lady will protect us against the demons.
Yes, that's what I think her message was. Thank you, Henry. I'm glad you were there with me.
So am I. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. I went to see the tailor's wife, like you wanted.
Oh, and how did it go?
I think it turned out well. Ambrose admitted he was overdoing it with the dice playing and promised to quit.
That's great news, Henry. You've helped him and his wife a lot. Thank you. You're a true friend. I think this is exactly what the Blessed Virgin wants from us.
How are things going otherwise?
You wouldn't believe what happened. One of the bathhouse wenches came to me.
Oh? What does she want?
She said she wanted to find a different job. Something more virtuous. She said she decided to change her life after listening to me on the square.
See what you're capable of? Our Lady didn't pick you for nothing. You help everyone around you. I think you're really great, Johanka.
That's very sweet of you, Henry. Thank you. If only there were more like that, though.
How do you mean?
I mean, more people who want to find a better, more virtuous life. If only we could help them to do that.
I might know of someone. There's this prostitute in Ledechko. Adela, her name is.
And how do you know her?
I happened across her by chance when I was tracking the Neuhof raiders.
Hmm.
Don't look at me like that. She was mixed up with one of them and I had to question her. I wouldn't say she was particularly happy there either.
That sounds promising, Henry. We should try and help her.
But how?
I'm not sure, but maybe we could persuade her to give up what she's doing and find a different job. If she works at the baths, she'll surely have knowledge of some basic things.
What basic things? Laundry?
No, she'd know about healing wounds, health-giving decoctions, bloodletting and the like. And I could certainly use a second pair of hands here.
Well, if you think so, I can go there and see what I can do.
Henry, please try and convince her. I can find a place for her here. Good luck then.
Good God! What happened to your clothes? If you were robbed, you should report it.
Is Adela still working here?
What do you mean by working?
Well, you know, at the baths. Serving gentlemen's needs?
You pig. Are you not ashamed of yourself prowling around here after women? I hope your pride and joy rots and drops off.
Oh God, no. I want to take her away. So she doesn't have to sleep with men anymore.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Go ahead then. I'll have to talk to Madam.
Thanks.
And sorry about that thing with your pride and joy. I take it back. May it stay where it is and healthy. Goodbye.
Jesus Christ be praised. How may I serve you? Good luck then.
What are you looking for? You'd better not disturb anyone here. I've got an important guest. If you want to go inside, you'll have to wait until tomorrow.
Christ! Is that Adela crying in that room?
It's a bit unpleasant.
Unpleasant? That fella is beating her up.
The gentleman is a little on the rough side, but he pays well, and the bruises will heal soon enough.
I want to talk to her.
You can't now. The door stays locked, and the key stays safely with me. Wait until tomorrow.
She could be killed in there. And do you think the bailiff wouldn't hold you responsible, sitting here and doing nothing to stop it?
You really think she could be? God almighty. Here, take the key. Please, help her.
Stop your damn carry-on.
You want another? Do you?
You won't get away.
Are you yanking my pizzle? I said get out.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for Adela.
For Adela? But I paid for that whore.
I don't care. I'm not going to wait.
You're really looking for a punch in the snout.
Now fuck off, you piece of shit, before I break your arms for you.
Come and try it, you piece of shit. You'll get one.
Bugger!
What have you done?
What a mess! Could you just have talked to him? I should never have let you in. I don't need any trouble. Couldn't you have gone and sorted it out somewhere else with him?
What in God's name have you done?
I saved you.
Oh my God. Headslin will kill me. If Marouche doesn't first.
Everything will be all right.
All right? You said that about Hinnick when you were looking for him.
What?
And he ended up dead.
Leave this place. I'll help you.
What? Why? What are you on about?
Why do you live like this? Why don't you just leave?
How? Like I should just drop everything here, pack my things and go off to see someone I don't even know?
Why not?
It's madness. It's like starting all over from the beginning.
And why did you become,
A prostitute.
Yeah.
If you're expecting to hear some touching tale about a poor girl tossed around by fate, you'll be disappointed. I didn't want a husband, and I needed money.
So just for money?
What do you think I do it for? Love? Have you got a problem with that?
No. Everyone has to make a living, but you don't have to be a bath maid.
So what else should I do, in your opinion?
You can just find yourself a different livelihood.
Why? What's wrong with the one I have?
What about when you get older? Do you think the men will still come to you?
That's true, unfortunately.
You can't go on like this forever. You could catch some nasty disease.
What do you know about such things?
I've seen plenty, believe me. Maybe too much.
Oh, sorry. I try not to think too much about that.
Well, maybe you should. The apothecary in Rattay could tell you a lot about the ailments people come to him with.
I'm still not sure.
Haven't you ever thought of doing something different?
Like what?
Well, wouldn't you like to help the sick?
That's a lot of work, isn't it?
Yes, but you'd have nothing to be ashamed of.
I suppose not. You know, you might be right about some things.
So you'll leave it?
But how? Where would I go? What would I live on?
Wouldn't you like to help in the infirmary at Sasau Monastery?
Would they let me?
You're a bath maid who knows something about healing. They'd be glad to have you.
But where will I live?
There, of course. It's modest, but you'll have everything you need.
I'm not used to much anyway.
See then? I reckon you've nothing to worry about.
All right. Will we go right away?
We can go right now. Come on then.
All right. I'll just say farewell to the girls and pack a few things. Mother of God, I'm all in a flutter. To pack up and go, just like that.
You're doing the right thing. You'll see.
Goodbye.
I told you I wasn't done with you yet. I'll hang you up by the balls from the
You're
nearest
wrong
bridge.
place.
Damn! Just when I wanted to vent my rage on someone!
That's the best you can do.
I'm
Now you're fucked.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Padella!
Bring it on.
Fuck! Yeah. I'm over here. Ow. Yeah.
Henry.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. It's you they were after mostly. And are you all right?
Just a scratch or two. Those idiots didn't know who they were taking on.
Good. The sooner we go, the better. I don't want to stay here any longer.
Let's go then.
God be with you.
Here we are. Give it a while and you'll be happy here. Believe me.
Oh, Henry. I'm starting to have a good feeling about this. Maybe I'll really find happiness here.
I'm sure you will. Johanka will take care of you. She's very good at that.
You know, you're the first one to do something for me without expecting anything. And I don't have anything to give you, unless, if you wanted, for one last time, together.
You don't have to thank me, and you certainly don't have to offer your body to anyone. Anyone at all.
Oh, thank you, Henry. Thank you.
For the love of God! What have you been doing?
I went to Ledetsko like you asked me.
And? How did it turn out?
You were right. Turned out well with Adela. I persuaded her to leave her trade and find a more virtuous job. She's here for you.
That's great news.
I promised her you take care of her, and I brought her here. She'll help you take care of the sick and injured, like you wanted.
You did a great job, Henry. Thank you. Of course I'll take care of her. We can't let her down now.
And how are things going here?
Much the same as always. There are always wounded and sick people. I'm on my feet from morning till night. But Matthias is better. I'm glad about that. There's these troublemakers, though.
Troublemakers?
Aye. While you were gone, some thugs came here and kicked around the gifts that people brought. Then they vanished before the guards got here.
Oh? Who were they?
I didn't see them at it, but there's some fellas hanging around now by the entrance to the monastery. Maybe that's them? And whenever I go into town, they take liberties with me.
Take liberties how? Did they hurt you?
No. They just make all sorts of offensive comments on account of me speaking on the square. And when someone comes to see me, they make trouble for them. So now, almost no one wants to come here. Maybe you could have a word with them?
Shouldn't the custodian deal with that? It's his job, right?
Well, it is, but I don't want to ask him for anything. I don't want to feel obliged to him. I'd rather sort it out without him.
Fair enough.
Take care.
God be with you, my good man.
Likewise, pilgrim.
And to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
Who sent you here?
Sent us? No one but the Holy Spirit and our Christian duty.
I see. Well, my Christian duty prompts me to give a bit of coin to those in need. What do you say? Are you in need?
Well, thanks for the, alms. Listen, here's how it is. Some of the important citizens here don't care for Johanka talking nonsense about visitations from the Virgin Mary. And there are certain good wives who think she's up to no good. They don't like it that their husbands are hanging around here. And there's talk that she's got something with the custodian and who knows who else. And we're just here to warn decent people about the iniquities going on here.
Aha. Is that so? Well, now you've warned me, you can clear off.
Well, I'm afraid we don't want to do that.
Get the hell out of here and leave Johanka and everyone else here in peace. Got it?
We'd love to oblige, but we really don't feel like going anywhere. Sorry.
Enough of your nonsense. Clear off, and if I catch you round here again, I'll have you clapped in the pillory.
Good sir. Surely you wouldn't pillory simple fellas like us just for wanting to earn a groschen. We'll be on our way, and you'll overlook our little intrusion, all right?
Get going, and don't dare come back.
Aye. We're going.
Yeah.
I dealt with those troublemakers. They won't be coming back in a hurry.
Thanks, Henry. I thought they'd never go. You didn't say anything about it to the custodian, did you?
He knows nothing about it. You don't think I need the help of Sir Sebastian to deal with a few thugs, do you?
Good. I wouldn't want him to think I'm in distress.
Oh? Why's that?
Nothing. It's not important. Listen, there's some merchant staying at the Wagoner's Inn who's been asking after me. Would you go with me to see him? I know those thugs are gone, and it should be safe now, but...
Of course I'll go. It's only a stone's throw after all.
Pavel of Kolin, I believe you were asking for me?
Thank you for coming, Johanka. I hope you're not offended by this meeting place. I apologize, but I feel a little confused in your presence. It's your preaching. In truth, I don't know whether I'm speaking to you or the Virgin Mary.
Oh, I'm quite taken by surprise, but it's me, Johanka, and this is Henry. What is it you wanted to see me about, Pavel?
Divine Providence led me back to Sasau after many years, and by the same grace I heard the words you preached, and my eyes were opened.
Just as the Blessed Virgin wanted. Are you troubled by some sin, Pavel?
I've encountered many things in my life, but I never before heard a true prophetess speaking. And you're right. It came to me that it was time for me to make amends for my sin of long ago, and I decided to do some deed for the common good.
You speak very eloquently, Pavel, though a bit mysteriously. I'm not sure I understand you.
I notice you have an armed escort with you.
Henry is my protector, helper, and good friend. Because not everyone in Sasau hears the words of the Virgin with the same piety as you.
This may be yet another ray of divine providence. You see, I'm looking for someone with an adventurous but honest soul. Someone who would find some wealth that I lost and donate it all to the deserving in Sasau.
Aha! Henry here could be just the man you need.
Is that so, Henry?
You won't find a more adventurous soul in these parts.
You speak boldly. That pleases me. Johanka, I'd like to thank you kindly for your visit. I don't wish to detain you any longer.
If you feel we've said all that needs to be said, I'll leave you and Henry to discuss things alone.
So?
Johanka is an exceptional person with an important mission, wouldn't you say?
Oh, she's become quite delirious from her heavy workload and her horrific memories. But what can you do?
But someone has to deal with the procession of penitent sinners, eh?
Anyway, what is it you want help with?
It's like this. In the last year of Emperor Charles's reign, I came here to Sasau to close a profitable deal. But it didn't turn out entirely as planned, and I was obliged to hide some of my money in the woods near the town. Who would even imagine that in the ruins of an old settlement lies a real treasure trove? I tried to go and recover it myself, and I can be glad that I didn't pay for that attempt with my life, as you've probably noticed.
Yes. You look like you were mauled by a pack of enraged squirrels.
The truth is even more absurd. I simply lost my footing and tumbled downhill. No doubt another divine sign that I ought to leave the search to someone such as yourself.
Your guardian angel must have had his work cut out, keeping you from running into Cuman patrol. Where is this treasure of yours, then? I could get the dog to sniff it out.
I'll describe the way there. You can enter the woods between the quarry and the marshland. You can see the spot from here. There's a small stream that flows into the river. Following it upstream seems simple enough, but actually it took me a long time getting up that slope. As I already said, I tripped and rolled quite a way down, after which I considered it wiser to abandon my search. As if that weren't enough, I lost my hat there.
Well, maybe it'll still be there. Unless it's been devoured by some boar with good taste in clothing.
Who knows? If you should find it, you're welcome to have it. As you can see, I've already got a new one. Anyway, at the point where I fell, there's a forest track that joins the stream. If you follow it closely, and you'll need to keep your eyes peeled, you'll come upon the ruins of a settlement, and in one of those ruins, the money is stashed.
Right, quarry, stream, path, ruins. I should be able to remember that. And I should bring the treasure to you.
Actually, I'd rather you made the donation for me. I'm in no shape for running around now. Just come back when you've found it, or not. Meanwhile, I'll give some thought to who we shall donate the money to. Agreed?
Well, how could I refuse a pleasant stroll in the countryside? I'll be happy to go and look for your stash.
You are indeed an adventurous soul, Henry. As I recall, I hid there not only a large amount of groschen, but also something else. Nothing valuable, just a dagger which will be rusty by now. Please bring that to me too, as a memento. Good luck, Henry, and thank you.
Well, couldn't you just donate some other money?
It seems peculiar, I admit, but this treasure has more than a monetary value. It's the embodiment of my guilt, as Johanka said. We are those sinners, and we must rebuild those walls. That's why it must be this money, even if it were only 1 groschen.
Can you tell me again precisely where this treasure is?
In the woods by Sasau. I can't say quite precisely. It's been a long time since I hit it, and my own attempts at recovering it ended as they did. Most of the way you have to go uphill along the stream that flows into the river next to the Sasau quarry. After a while, you come upon a forest trail that joins with the stream. You're young and agile, so you shouldn't go tumbling head over heels there as I did.
Maybe I could go there on horseback.
It's not ideal terrain for horse riding. A donkey would be better. Anyway, from there you should follow the trail deeper into the woods. I doubt much has changed there over the years. When you reach a small ruined settlement, you're at the right place. The treasure is hidden in one of the ruined houses. I can't remember which. You'll have to search.
When you were talking about donating the money for the common good, what did you have in mind?
The Virgin Mary chose Sasau as the place to reveal her message, didn't she? You don't have to go any further than the Rathaus or the Church of St. Martin. Both places carry the same weight for me. The important thing is, I know Bailiff Hašek or Father Fabian will handle the donation better than, say, the monastery.
Wouldn't you say Johanka's infirmary is working for the common good?
Certainly, but its financial affairs are handled by the monastery, which has a very poor record in that respect.
Then you can go and explain to Johanka and the wounded yourself that they'll suffer on just because you're worried the monastery will build more scaffolding for your money.
That's not how I meant it. It's just that, as a Colleen councillor, I had a certain property dispute with the monastery.
And you'd let my former Skalitz neighbours and Johanka suffer on because of some personal grudge? Do you really think the overseer would give them nothing when it's his duty?
I'd rather the Rathaus or the church had the money. I suppose you're right. I'll allow a donation to the monastery.
Yeah.
Good on bread and for frying. Come and get it.
Good boy. That's my boy. Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
Yeah.
I see the quarry and the marshland. Now I just have to find the stream that feeds into the river.
What in the...
Yeah.
I can't see any other stream here, so I suppose straight up the hill here? Quite a hike. No sign of a path yet. It must be further on. Ah. Looks like this is where Pavel went tumbling. Poaching, are we?
No, I'm on guard against Quumos here, see?
Oh, on the lookout for Cumos, are you?
Aye, the whole countryside's full of them. You must have smelt them yourself.
Oh, I can't say I've smelt any Cumos here lately.
You haven't got a nose for 'em. Quumos have a funny smell about 'em, see? Like a mouldy foot rubbed with blueberries.
Is there some abandoned settlement somewhere nearby?
Aye, at the end of the trail through the woods. Just follow it and you'll get to this mysterious kind of place. I saw some mercenaries going there not long ago, probably hunting Quumos. That ain't my style there. I'm more of a sneaky fella. I like to spot them at a distance or crouch behind a wall.
What's so mysterious about this place?
There's a lot of lairs and dens, valuables left by ancestors. You only have to put your ear to the ground and listen to the stones, know what I mean?
I don't, but I can imagine it.
Even the branches whisper sometimes.
Yeah.
I must remember this spot when I'm on the way back. Dead and looted. I'll have to comb the whole place.
Hey! Niczak. Nie bój.
Ja.
Látjátok! Ellenség! Látom őt ott nincs! Légy résen, ott van! Kit nem látok? Megjött a mulatság! Ja.
It looks like he was sent here by the Sasau custodian. I should tell him about it.
This doesn't look good. This must be someone else's hiding place. This must be someone else's hiding place.
Well now, that's quite a pile. And the dagger is here. A real treasure trove.
I can't go on. Please, help me.
What happened to you?
Those Cuman devils killed my husband. Me and the children had to flee for our lives. To live in the woods, like wild beasts. So I beg here at the roadside. Nothing else is left to me. Be merciful, good sir. Wouldn't you have a morsel of food for me, sir? I haven't eaten for 3 days. Everything I find, I give to the little ones.
Don't you want to go to Ratai? There are other refugees there. Someone would take care of you.
I know there are others there, but I think I'll be better off in the woods. Could you spare a little change, sir? So I can buy a blanket at least.
Of course. Here you are.
May God reward you for your kindness.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Can I sleep here?
Certainly. For how long?
Just the one night?
All right. Money up front, though.
Here you go.
You've got it all to yourself. No one will disturb you. God be with you.
So I went looking for that stash of yours.
And how did you get on?
There really was money there, and quite a lot of it. And I found that dagger. When you were talking about donating the money for the common good, what did you have in mind?
As I said, you've no need to go any further than the Sassau Rathaus or St. Martin's Church. I'm not absolutely against giving a donation to the monastery. I can only hope the overseer handles property better than before. Take care now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am at your service, Sir Knight.
I have a gift of money for Johanka's infirmary.
Johanka's, you say? I'd like to remind you that the infirmary belongs to the monastery, which decides how to allocate donations. But of course, as long as no other serious issues arise, the infirmary will benefit. Who is the donor?
The donation is from Pavel of Kolin.
Indeed. I've heard that he has openly objected to how we handle the monastery's assets. Is he aware of this decision?
I managed to convince him a donation to the monastery would be beneficial for all.
Really? Sounds unlikely, but so be it. How much are we talking about?
This much. I'll hold on to the rest.
It's not any great amount, but I must express my gratitude. On behalf of the whole Sasau monastery, of course. Good luck then.
Hé! Ott van! Vigyázz! Beszarás! És pont amikor kedvem lenne valakiből kiverni a lelket. Vigyázz! Itt az ellenség!
Here it is. Groschen and a dagger.
Dead and looted. Look what you'll.
God grant you health. How may I help you?
I have a gift of money for
Johanka? I'd like to, but of course. Who is the
The donation is from Pavel of Kolin. I manage...
Really?
All of this.
It's not any great amount, but I must express my gratitude. On behalf of the whole Sasau monastery, of course. Goodbye.
I did what you asked. I donated the money for the common good.
Thank you. Who did you give the money to?
I gave it all to the monastery overseer. I'm sure it'll go towards Johanka's care for the sick.
Perhaps in the end you did the best thing. Even if it's only a gesture that we are concerned for those poor wretches. Thank you. It was an honor to meet an honorable, selfless man like yourself. God be with you.
Farewell, Pavel.
See you later.
God save you, Henry.
Excuse me, sir. I need...
It can wait. I haven't seen Johanka for some time, but you, on the other hand, seem to be constantly running around her. Tell me, how is she? Is anything the matter with her? If anything at all is troubling her, be sure to tell her. I'll be glad to help.
She's doing well.
I'm glad to hear it. Did she happen to mention me?
No, not a word.
Well, give her my regards, and tell her if she should need anything. I shall be happy to oblige in any way I can.
All right, I'll tell her.
And next time, she doesn't have to send you. She can come herself, can she not?
I found this document in the woods by Sasau. Careful, it's a bit bloody.
Don't tell me those fools got themselves. To hell with it. And did you come across any Cumans?
Yes, they're finished.
There now. It's not such a fuck-up after all. Here's some money for you. It was supposed to be for those idiots, but it seems they asked for 100 groschen more than they deserved. See you later.
so? Was Pavel speaking the truth about his wealth? For the love of God! What have you been doing?
Any news about Matthias?
Yes! It's incredible! But he's much better. He's still lying in bed, but he's slowly recovering his strength. And he's got his appetite back. I think he's really going to make a recovery.
See, like I said, Matthias is as tough as an old boot. About that burger from Colleen.
How did it go?
It all turned out well. I found that treasure of his, and I even persuaded Pavel to donate it to the infirmary.
Really? That's incredible. Everything is working out in the end. Now, if only Matthias would get better.
What about those thugs? Did they come back again?
No, not at all. It's like the ground swallowed them up. But, Henry, something else has happened.
Oh? What's that?
The Blessed Virgin visited me again, and she gave me a new message, and I must spread the word to the people right away.
What did she show you this time?
You'll find out when the time is right.
You better not go anywhere on your own. I'll accompany you.
Thanks. Maybe it would be better to avoid the town and meet somewhere out of the way. There's a meadow near the woods by Sasau. It's not too far. We could go there.
Is that really necessary?
I think it would be for the best. Anyone who wants to will come, and there are enough who do. We don't have to annoy the others.
That's a good point.
We'll set out tomorrow at dawn. In the meanwhile, you can sleep here if you want. I'll find you a bed. If not, just come at dawn. But don't be late.
Ugh, I've been running around like the devil is on my heels. I could certainly use some sleep.
Don't tempt Satan. Come on then. I'll make up a bed for you and get you something to eat.
Yes, Ma.
Oh, stop it. God be with you. Did you sleep all right, Henry?
Oh, like a log. I haven't slept that well for ages.
There. You see how everyone gets well taken care of here. Let's get going, so we're not late.
I'm right on your heels.
And she showed me a procession of fine people who had crowns on their heads, dressed in sumptuous cloaks, with swords at their sides. But then came demons of hell. Some of the men drew their swords to battle them, but others began to embrace the demons. They forgot the law, forgot justice, and only used the people for their own ends. The wretched people could take no more. They stopped obeying their wicked masters and sought refuge with the princes of the just. Then the Virgin Mary came to the wicked ones. At her first step, their rich cloaks burst into flames. At her second, their swords broke into pieces. At her third, the crowns cracked on their heads. And then...
Watch out! They're coming! Run!
Henry, let there be no bloodshed.
Go!
Capici?
You get.
All right, enough. I give up. Bring it on. Take that!
Yeah.
Johanka, you managed to get away?
Yes, yes. They didn't even follow us. I think they just wanted to attack you. And are you all right? They didn't harm you.
I'm all right. And the others, too. We're no easy mark.
Praise God. It's a good thing you were there. I never thought something like that could happen.
It took me by surprise, too. Be careful, Johanka. I don't like the way things are going.
I will.
Maybe you shouldn't speak so critically. Someone could take offense to that.
I'm only repeating what the Blessed Virgin told me. It's my duty, no matter what the obstacles.
Well, if you insist.
While we're on the subject, what do you think about what I preached?
You spoke well. Everyone was fixed to the spot. What you said was very interesting. You ought to tell it to the learned masters of Prague. That'll give them something to talk about.
Really, Henry? It's hard enough talking to a few villagers. Henry, there's one more thing I'd like to talk to you about. Another sinner came to me looking for help. Would you take care of that?
Of course. I'll help you with whatever you need. What's it about this time?
This time it's about you.
Me?
Everyone sins, Henry, and you're no exception.
I don't know where you're going with this, and I don't like it much.
No one is entirely without sin, but we must do penance and make amends.
I did a lot of good too, you know.
I know, Henry. I'm not condemning you. I'm just saying you should acknowledge your sins and make amends.
But what sins do you mean?
You yourself should know best what you have on your conscience. Haven't you ever killed anyone, Henry?
All right, I killed that bastard runt, and I'd do it again. For Skalitz, and for everything else he did. Never before did I want to hurt someone so much, and it felt great smashing that evil face of his. And I'm not done yet. I'll find that Markwart von Aulitz, and when I'm done with him, even the demons in hell will feel sorry for him.
Mary, Mother of God! Such rage and hatred! You mustn't... You mustn't let it take control of you. Where there is anger, there is the devil.
But there was nothing else I could do. I can't help myself. I'm still so angry.
Henry, if you can't learn to live with it, it will destroy you.
But how? How can I reconcile myself to that? That monster killed my parents.
And if you let yourself be blinded by vengeance, you'll turn into the same kind of monster as he is.
I don't know how I can...
Time heals all wounds.
You know, sometimes you speak like a saint. I'll try. I'll try and come to terms with it.
And apart from Runt, have you ever killed someone? You told me about that murderer, but you didn't really have a choice there. But otherwise?
Well, yes, but I was just defending myself, or others. I had no choice.
If what you say is true, maybe you'll be forgiven. And from what I've heard, you've been light-fingered on occasion.
What?
They say you're a thief, Henry, who'll take anything that isn't nailed down.
I'm not some dirty thief, and I'll deal with anyone who goes spreading those lies about me. Quite the contrary. I serve the royal hetman, catching those lousy crooks.
I'm glad it's not true. But watch out. Often what people say carries more weight than the truth. It's also been said that you've been fornicating with prostitutes. You should be ashamed.
Not prostitutes. Laundresses and bathmaids. I go there to bathe, if you must know.
If your conscience was half as clean as that shirt. And I heard you've been locked up in the jailhouse more than once. It's a wonder you're here at all now and not rotting in the stocks.
Well...
That's not something that happens to honest folk, is it? What do people think of you?
I had a secret assignment.
Ah, that must have been very secret indeed. You had everyone in the whole province fooled. And another thing. You have coveted thy neighbour's wife.
Oh. And how do you know about that?
For heaven's sake, Henry, it's all over the province. I heard it from the woman down at the river when I was washing bed linen.
What? If the women in Sasau were gossiping about it...
Yes, you might want to avoid the road to Taunberg for a while.
Yes, I know I shouldn't have done it. I don't even really know how it happened. Lady Stephanie asked me to help her with some things, and of course I couldn't refuse the lady of the castle, so I brought her those things, and then she gave me this shirt, so I had to strip off, and she,
I don't need to hear any more. I can imagine it quite well, thank you very much. Henry, killing another human being is no trivial thing. And you did other bad things too. You can't just wave it all away. You have to unburden your soul and repent of all your bad deeds.
I said I was sorry, didn't I?
That's nowhere near enough. You have to undertake a pilgrimage of penance. On the way, you'll have plenty of time to meditate on your sins. Go to Ujits. There's a Marian church there. Put on a penitent's robe and walk barefoot as a sign of humility.
Can't I just go to my own church?
What do you mean, your own church?
I mean in Pribyslavitz. I had the church there fixed up, at my own expense, and it didn't come cheap. But the house of God has to look the part.
My word. You're like a real lord, Henry.
It's just a church.
But we didn't even have a church in Skalitz. We had to go to Rovna.
Actually, it's not really mine as such. I'm just looking after Pribyslavitz for Sedivit.
Good. I was a bit worried it had gone to your head. A church is the house of God and belongs to him alone. Besides, you must pray to Our Lady, and the church in Ujits is consecrated to her.
And will that really relieve my soul?
If you do it sincerely and with humility, contemplating your sins, Our Lady will see and bless you.
But what if I can't carry the weight of my sins?
You've carried it up to now.
Yes, because I never had to think about it. Until now.
If you find the burden too great, pray, and it will be lightened. If you pass a cross or shrine along the way, stop and pray for forgiveness, and it will give you the strength to go on. God will help you to bear the weight of any sin that you sincerely repent for in your prayers. For every sin, sincere repentance at each sacred place. For every repentance, absolution.
Thank you, Johanka. I suppose facing up to my sins is really the only thing I can do now.
And when you get to Ujits, pray to the Virgin Mary to intercede with God for forgiveness and mercy. And when you've finished, give a donation to the church.
Oh? How much?
For your sins, at least 1,200 groschen. Don't waste time. Get going right away. I'll expect you back in a week.
Yeah! Yeah!
I am honored that a knight...
Is this...
for how long?
Just... Here you go.
You'll... Goodbye.